America is watching. Israel is watching. The Germans are watching. UN are watching. The ECOWAS are watching. Ashwadu is a fearless leader. I'm not expecting him at this point to be negotiating or to be considering whatsoever that his name or his fingerprint has been shown on the table or the list of terrorists in Nigeria.
Why is it that the southern leaders, political leaders, are always afraid of the north? Look at what is happening in the Senate to over 210 trillion. And once that southern senator came out and said, no more investigation on this, everybody went quiet. What is going on?
It simply means they have established their structure for donkey years. Why the Easterners are sleeping, why the Westerners are sleeping, the Southerners are sleeping. They have constructed this structure. They have established this power to live over all Nigerians, to dictate, to pass authority, to pass rule, to hold an average Northerners. An average Northerners, they don't joke with power. I'm talking of what is average. The entire Northerners, they don't joke with power and authority. Or they don't have respect for God. All they have respect for is power and authority, position. And that is why you see them that there is no any high-ranking profile people from the east, from the west, from the south. In Nigerian organization, Nigerian system, they'll be poisoned, they'll be killed. Because they are desperate to hold on to power. Here I come this morning. The Mr. President should wake up from his slumbering. You should not negotiate with the Northerners leader, with the so-called jihadists, with the so-called Boko Haram, bandits, or whatever. You should bring their name on board. These people who kill by sword shall die by sword. They will not escape this punishment. If they are to escape this punishment, they should release nnamdikanu and Samuel Ekpa and even other armed robber, people that are broke, the average Russian people in Nigeria that went to steal 10,000, 50,000, that have been arrested, that has been convicted in Nigerian prison. The Mr. President should order for their release. If these people will escape this punishment, what do you mean by over 300 and something that be granted amnesty, integrated or being rehabilitated to come back to society? No.
The entire south and southeast has been infiltrated by the jihadists. Let me put it that way. In confirmation with what the United Nations says, that the reason for Biafra was a resistance against Islamization. Could the United Nations be seeing the reality now, as given what is already playing out in the country now?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Definitely, I think that is the real truth, and it is a genuine fact. I will tell you that right now, the south, the southeast, the southwest, they are not safe. We are not safe. Severally, we've said it that there should be state police. But do you know that right now, these people are on the verge of working against the agenda or the mission or the movement of state police? So that all their children, their instruments, their terrorists that have been arrested by the federal government, the ones that have been arrested in the east, in the southwest, in the southeast, in the south, will not remain in the south, will be released to them after the terrible crime they have committed, after they have killed millions of lives, millions of souls. I'm telling you that the reaction of the Easterners against the jihadists, against the Northerners, terrorists, so-called Fulanis. Because I always say something, that the Fulani, they are not part of Nigeria. They migrated to Nigeria. They have never been part of Nigeria. They are right here in Nigeria to steal and to take and to forcefully invade Nigerians. And which is what we are facing right now. Right now, I'm highly surprised that the Mr. President right now, he has not taken the necessary brutal action against these people. This morning, I'm so surprised that over 300 and something terrorists will be given amnesty, rehabilitation, after they have killed life, killed soul. How will you feel? Somebody have killed my best friend will come back and be living with us in society. And I'll be considering that such person as a friend or as a Nigerian. These are not Nigerian. He has gotten to a level whereby If Nigeria will be divided, let Nigeria be divided. If Nigeria will not be divided, the Mr. President is aware of what these people are on the verge of doing right now. He should take the necessary action against them. He should not temper mercy or sympathy. He should not negotiate peace with the terrorists. He should not negotiate peace with this enemy, with this so-called Northerners Mafia. They are Northerners Mafia. These so-called Fulanis, they are Mafia. The Mr. President should not temper mercy on them. Should not negotiate any peace action or peace talk with them. The Mr. President should up his game, his mindset, his idea. How to curb these people, how to stop them. I don't expect any mind game from the Mr. President because the so-called terrorists have been asking Nigerians to release all their carcass, their member or their instrument that has been arrested by the Nigerian federal government before they can stop action. So, are you telling us that the so-called Fulani will be threatening millions of Nigerians? Will be threatening over 250 something millions of Nigeria? Threatening us.
But the fear that this possibility that the so-called repentant Boko Haram might be deployed as as state police, or deployed, as any form of security, just to continue from what they actually stopped. What is your reaction to that?
My brother, are they the only citizen in those states? If they are expecting them to be integrated or to be rehabilitated to become a state police, are they the only ones in that state? Are they the only Nigerians? Do you think rehabilitation or reintegration is under 6 months or 5 months or 1 year? Someone that has become a die-hard terrorist, someone that has been trained, that has been taught, that has been brushed how to kill, how to go and attack a nation, a country, how to destabilize the base of a nation, how to demoralize the growth of a country. And you want to grant them amnesty to be living back in the society, to become a state police. How come did they get a very larger growth in Nigeria? We have them from the Chad, from the Niger, from the Mali, from Senegal, from Sudan, from Libya, from Ghana. They all speak Hausa. Are they speaking Igbo? Are they speaking Yoruba? Are they speaking Ondo? Are they speaking Egbira? Are they speaking Benin? Are they speaking Yoruba? They are speaking Hausa. They are speaking Northerners language that is well understandable by the Northerners leaders. And only the Northerners leader can tell us how come these people penetrate into Nigeria, into the northern states, how come they gain mandates.
But the northern leaders have not come to condemn them. Why is the president afraid of saying he want to give them amnesty?
Let me tell you, it's not even about the Mr. President on this point. Because previous governments that has come under the Yaradua, under the Obasanjo, under the Jonathan, do you know these people that have been existing before then? This is a exactly well-socialized game plan of the Northerners from day one. The game plan of the Northerners, why they are looking for a continuous power. They want to dominate. They want to hold the entire Nigerian ransom. Because of our milk and our honey. They want to be ruling us. Imagine they'll be telling us that they're the first great Nigeria. 2 a.m., 3 o'clock a.m., you will see an Hausa man, he will be carrying back, saying, iron bed, iron bed, iron bed. If you dare not see a Yoruba man, a Igbo man, he will be arrested by Nigerian police. I have investigated them, I have spied them separately. Around 2 a.m., 3 a.m., they will be coming from the north. Not only cow, they are coming with, they have all these so-called terrorists, spy, coming alongside with them. While they are dropping their cow, they are also dropping them in Ojota, My 12, Duvesta, different houses of Lagos in the south, in the east. And these people then grow up in the numbers of millions, and they are operating freely. And even though when you go down to a police post or a police division in your environment to report them, they will not take any action. They have the largest number in Nigerian police, the largest number in Nigerian Navy, the largest number in Nigerian Army. They have the largest number in Nigerian Air Force, in custom. They are the one ruling. Politically, systematically, they have killed all the higher ranking Yoruba people in army, the higher ranking Igbo man, deltas in Nigerian army, in Nigerian Air Force. So it will remain only the north because of their selfish agenda and mission to enslave the whole Nigerian. a father or a mother that does not train his children or her children, what does it take you to become in the future? Now they are sending them down to the west, sending them down to the east, that we should be the one training them. Training terrorists, accommodating a terrorist. How is it going to work? Somebody that has been a terrorist from the birth, that has been taught how to kill, that has been taught how to invade, how to subdue. Then you want to rehabilitate them under 6 months, under 1 year, under 2 years, and you mix them up with the society.
Okay, the southern leaders, politicians, generally, southern politicians, they try to establish a security network. Amoteku, Sodibo came with one, and there was ESN in the
OPC.
east, OPC, and the why is it that the government clamp these people down, but in the north, the federal government are not able to clamp the same type of outfits?
Thank you.
Is it not what is giving the northern politicians, and of course all those bandits and terrorists, the mindset that they are in charge in Nigeria?
Definitely, it's giving them a faster upper hand, a confidence, that should not be tolerated or welcomed by the entire Nigerians. Number one of the things that is giving them upper hand, religious aspects. You find out that the so-called South will share more religion with the North. And it will be so difficult for the Southwest to say no. But at this point, why they are killing your people, your family, your brother, taking lives, taking property? What is stopping them from taking the right decision? If people have rise and say no, we want to fight for our fatherland, for our mother's land, we want to fight for our children, and the federal government structure or system is stopping them not to come out and fight for their people, then what do you have to say about that? It seems everything in line with religious aspects. Do you know why the Easterners has been attacked brutally? Because they don't practice Islamic religion there. Then in the West here, we have the Christians, we have the Yoruba. Even the Christians, they are the larger party in the West here. They are telling them that they are minority. If anybody want to prove me wrong, let them play it out. On Friday, let's see the population of the Muslim in the West. On Sundays, let's see the population of the Christian. On Tuesday, let's see the population of the Christian. On Friday, let's see the population of Christians. On Thursday, let's see the populations of Christians. And today, they are telling us that Nigeria is a Muslim country. How does Nigeria become a Muslim country? Nigeria is never a Muslim country. Nigeria is not a Muslim country. Today, they are swearing with Quran.
You saw it, Mike say
a terrorist swearing with Quran. Is Quran part of Nigerian constitution? It simply means Nigerian judicial system is not working. Law is not working in Nigeria. The law that is working in Nigeria is only against the Southwest, Southeast, and the South. It's not working against the North. The Northerners have their own special Sharia law that they are using to escape their people after they have committed crime, after they have destroyed the country, they have invaded people's property, they have taken lives forcefully. Talk about the issue in Kaduna. Go and study and verify the issue in Kaduna. Kaduna is a pure Christian state. Forcefully, they penetrate based on in the name of religion to Kaduna because they want to Islamic the whole Kaduna state. 84, 86, 87, Kaduna is a peaceful state to be. Today, Kaduna is a riot state, not to be. Then you say we are one Nigeria. The greatest surprise, I don't expect the Mr. President. I have so much respect for Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I am his loyalists, I am his followers. This is the same pattern that they used in intimidating Jonathan during his government. They frustrated all his strengths, all the positive strategy that Jonathan put in place to restructure Nigeria. This so-called Fulani Northerners Nigeria, they frustrated all Jonathan's vision and dream and agenda. And our own special Jagaba, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is aware of the weapon, of the instrument, of the logic, of the strategies that this so-called Boko Haram terrorists, mafians, the Fulanis, the northern agenda, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed, I want to believe is aware and he understands their mission. And I don't expect them to conquer him and to subdue him with what is smelling now on ground. Now they are introducing the same logic, the same system that was used to conquer Jonathan. They have introduced it into Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And that is why this APC government has been so worried, has been the most talking points. It's not that the Mr. President is not working. It's not that the Mr. President does not have good agenda, good vision, good dream for the Nigerians. But they are overpinned Mr. President. And it's not just this very government, it's not just Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Go and look at previous government that have failed. This is the same thing they do to those governments. He has gotten to the point of war. The Mr. President should not spare his enemy. Simple. Now this so-called 300 and something that want to be instigated or being rehabilitated. I want to ask the General Musa whatever. When you arrested a criminal, one of the things you will ask is, how come are you being initiated? How come did you join ISWAP? How come did you join bandits? How come did you become Boko Haram? How come did you become ISIS? Who initiated you? Who are your leader? Who invited you? Where are you being trained? How are you being taught how to bomb? How are you being taught how to kill your fellow brothers, your fellow sisters? I want to believe as an intelligence security agency, all this information, all this will be linked to them, will be revealed to them. And as a loyal Nigerian that wants to serve his fatherland, he need to forward all this report to the Mr. President. Okay,
Mr. President, you are talking about too. We are seeing people who are speaking powerfully the way we are speaking. Today they are in jail. You mentioned Simon Eba, you mentioned in your previous interview, and also Master Nnamdikanu. At this point, what do you think should be going on in the mind of? Though we will not blame, many people may not blame Bola Ahmed Tinubu because he's been surrounded by jihadists as politicians.
He's been surrounded by jihadist demons that does not want peace for Nigeria. Number one, Nnamdikanu, he fought for Biafra. He made a motion for Biafra because the Easterners are not comfortable with how they are being marginalized by the so-called Northerners mafia, by the so-called Northerners government that have come to hijack Nigeria for their own. The same thing, Sunday Igbo, Samuel Ekpa. And if all these people are being listed as a terrorist, that they want to do what they want to split Nigeria. Samuel Ekpa has been convicted in Finland right now. Nnamdikanu is in Sokoto, right? If Nnamdikanu is serving in Nigerian prison, Samuel Ekpa is also in prison. And he is not being given amnesty. And millions of terrorists that have killed billions of Nigeria, that have destroyed lives and property, they are being given amnesty. They are being introduced back to society. They are being rehabilitated. Under 3-4 months, you are rehabilitating a terrorist, a killer, a criminal that does not wish his country well. And you want them to come back to society and be living in society with a normal thinking human being. Somebody was mentioning of Niger Delta, that how they are being integrated as well, send it to USS to rehabilitate them. Do you want to compare children that was born with a silver spoon, that are well taught, that have different orientation, from a copyright of animals? I stand to be corrected. From a copyright of animals.
Yeah, you are quite upset, unfortunately, this morning.
People that rose up, that killed their brothers, their sisters, uncountable, unmeaningfully, that destroyed property, that kidnapped students, that stopped their education, that injected their career.
But Master Nnamdikanu and Simon Eba, they never did all these things.
They never did all this. And see yet, they are being convicted. And now you are telling us that millions of terrorists that have killed billions of Nigerians, that have stopped business, that are chasing different companies that are supposed to be established company right here, and that are chasing them away. They have caused a lot of terrible damage to this country. We want to create them, we want to give them amnesty, we want to rehabilitate them to society. It simply means this very government of Ashwaji Ahmed Tinubu is leading under fear of the Northerners, of the so-called Fulanis. The Mr. President should take away fear. Bring their name on book. Bring their pictures on book. Bring them on social media. Name them.